Gamar Joba. Dear students, today it's my pleasure to introduce you to our instructor, Plamen Ivanov. Hello, Plamen.
Hi, Nikolai. Hi, students.
He will be leading IT Service Management with ITIL4 Foundation course. And today you will be able to learn more about his experience, to receive overall information about the course and certification benefits. Plamen, tell our students more about yourself, your career, your experience, and how many years you are in IT industry.
Yes, thank you, Nikolai. So my name is Plamen, and I'm holding a PhD degree in computer science. I'm an entrepreneur, innovator, and trainer who loves nature, science, and challenges. And my greatest passion is to combine gamification with other creative techniques and methodologies in order to achieve innovative solutions and products that could improve the people's life while studying and working. And this is something that I'm already implementing in all of my ITIL trainings delivery. My experience combines different activities performed as IT service management consultant, leader, a manager, and innovator with more than 19 years of experience in the IT industry, working for different international and national projects for different organizations, like, for example, Vodafone Netherlands, Telecom Austria Group, Bulgarian government, E.ON AG, Test Systems, Equens, Swisscom, and many others. But my greatest passion is the development, support, and management of innovation. For example, one of my latest innovative projects is called Gamifino. It's my own company that recently awarded with the Green Innovation Company Award for 2020 and Gulemi Mauki 2021, where I am working as a co-founder and managing partner, and we're delivering different innovative and gamification services and products. I have two completed PhD educations in the field of computer science, and I received my PhD degree in 2013 in the field of computer science and IT service management systems with artificial intelligence in the Technical University of Sofia. In addition, I have one bachelor and one master engineering degrees in computer science from the same university. And furthermore, I have completed my second master's degree with distinction in the University of Sheffield City College with the subject of business management, technology, and innovation. Almost 4 years, I am a ITIL version 3 and 4 trainer, and of course, I'm a certified ITIL version 3 expert. And since the current year, managing professional for ITIL version 4. During my professional experience, I have been honored with several rewards and recognitions, mainly in the field of innovation, development, and leadership. But however, there are two most significant for me. The first one is the award of the President of Republic of Bulgaria, John Atanasov certificate from 2014 for applying scientific advances and developing projects with significant positive effect in the field of IT service management. And the second one is the Green Innovation Company Award from 2020, honored by with my own company, Gamifino.
Thank you, Plamen. Your career is spectacular with so many energy in various directions. But as one of the key pillars in your career is IT service management, can you tell our students more about what exactly IT service management means?
Yes, I'll go one step before. My career in the field of IT service management started in 2006, where I did a lot of different and various project works in that field. And basically, what is IT service management? This is the way how the IT companies or the IT departments in different organizations behave, how they interact with the external organization or their external parties, It is the way how basically they do and perform their daily activities, the way how everything that is structured and organized, and the way how all that is interacting with the external parties like customers, providers, suppliers. But behind that, there stays a very complex methodology which combines different methodologies, not only the ITIL and the IT service management, in a hopefully a very constructive way. And basically, this is something that gives the way how these organizations should work and the way how they should behave in order to fulfill their targets.
Is the IT service management popular nowadays?
Yeah, during the recent years, the business has understood that they're highly dependent on the IT and the IT organization because, for example, of the complex infrastructure that stays behind it, like different types of application, thousands of IT assets, the complex relationship that they have, and all of that relevant information related to them too. And as a result, this transparency and this mutual understanding and agility requirements have risen exponentially. As a result of that, the popularity of this course and the information and the knowledge that it gives become very significant, not only for the organizations, but for the different people who are working for this organization, because as a result of that, it gives different benefits that could be used and I think are quite important, like, for example, building a universal language, which is valid not only for the IT people, but only for the different business representatives with whom we are working on a daily basis. In addition, it is highly recognized and used on a worldwide level. This means that if you go to another country to live or work, this certificate and this knowledge is understandable and it's required by most of the customers. Because, for example, if you'd like to work for any big companies, the IT service management competence is one of the core things that they require from you as a specialist in order to define the level of necessary knowledge and competence that you could possess and be able to provide to them as a consultant or as a customer. And for me, basically, everything that we learn and we know in the field of service management, for me, is one of the top 10 soft skills because it combines different methodologies, it creates company-wide views, it helps employees to understand how the different parts of an organization work together as a whole. So that's why for me this is a very important competence. It's very important to understand that in order we as specialists to be able to grow further in our career as professionals and upgrade our skills in that field.
According to your personal observations, what is the demand for such skills and such professionals?
Yeah, especially during the recent years, it's increased significantly, mostly because of the advantages mentioned already. And it's not uncommon why the demand for professional possessing the competence and certification level, at least the foundation one, is required, and it's expected for all of the IT service management, and not only IT service management, but generally speaking, service management specialists all around the world. And I could say that it's required and a must for every IT professional in the field because it reveals internationally recognized competence. And most of the serious customers and the biggest companies, they require it for each of the internal or external resources that they would like to work from them, because it reveals this minimum level of competencies about how the organization works, about the knowledge, how the different practices and processes and methodologies are combined and work together as a whole, because you're not able to deliver, for example, any technological work if you don't understand these foundations, because they provide this common language on which we develop our technical solutions and implement everything. I will give you one very fresh example. Current days, we face an increased demand, for example, of IT service management professionals that are able to implement different IT service management systems, mostly the ServiceNow. And there, the specialists should possess not only the technological skills, but they should have at least the ITIL Foundation Knowledge certification, because everything what we do as a technological implementation there is based on these fundamentals that we learn in the IT Foundation training. So just to conclude, that these specialists, they're already very well paid, and the demand is an international trends currently ongoing. So I think it's very beneficial for each IT professional to invest time and efforts to get known to these methodologies, to get familiar with these important foundations in order if you would like to grow further as a real professional in that field.
Thank you. I would like to add that today every customer wants from suppliers not only to deliver goods and services cheaper, but also much faster and also with better quality. And this service management is play important role in faster and quality service. And can you share your screen and show to our students some examples of the exercises that students can participate during the training?
Yes, give me a second. I will do that. Basically, because the training delivers, I suppose that you are able to see my screen.
Yes. It is visible, yes.
Just put the materials there. Now they should be there. Okay. Because this training and everything around it delivers a lot of different information. It's very important during the training delivery to show and to play with the participants the different examples in order to understand all these concepts, because especially in the foundation training, we are talking about a lot of different definitions, how they're related, what's their meaning, what they include, and why they're important. But because there are a lot of them, and it's very hard to memorize and to get familiar initially with them, we are playing a lot of exercises in order people to understand them and know how each one of them contribute to the general service management delivery. One of the exercises that we're doing is to simulate the way how, for example, one practice could be implemented within one organization. In this particular case, it's about the incident management. It's all based on the new methodologies and the new things that are introduced with ITIL version 4, like the value stream and the value chain and the relationship with the practices. Here, what we are doing, I'm giving some amount of time to the participant to think the most important. Yes.
Can you check the screen?
Is it now visible?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
I put it in the third one, not in the second. My mistake. Sorry. So what we do, I'm giving them some amount of time. They to think what are the most important actions that we need to perform in order to implement the incident management practice. And after that amount of time, we are discussing each one of them, why they propose it, what's important, and we are trying to categorize them in these 6 based groups of categories, which are exactly the different value chain group of categories activities, which are more or less combining all of the actions that we perform within our organization in order to deliver value and to execute our service management practice. They are the plan activities, which includes, for example, everything necessary what we should do in order to create a shared understanding what we would like to achieve through the different plans that we are developing and trying to implement within our organization. the engage part, which includes all the interactions with our external parties like customers, service providers, suppliers, partners, and so on. The design and transition activities, which include the different activities that we perform when we need to design something within our organization, and when we need to prepare it and put it on an operational environment and start it to be used by our users and our stakeholders. The obtain and build group of activities, which includes activities for obtaining what we don't have in the scope of our organization, and we need to request and acquire from our external suppliers, like maybe some hardware parts or software or any additional outsourced service that we are using from external company. And the build part, where we are basically developing the solution or developing the workaround for a specific incident that we need to implement in order to fix it. And of course, the delivery and support, where everything is done on the operational environment, where all of our users have access and they're able to access and use. And all of these activities that we need to perform in order to assure that our users are receiving the services that they have requested and for which we have requirements for them. And this is more or less the most of the operational work and the most of the support work that is carried out at this level. And of course, one of the most important stuff are the different improve activities that we should do at all levels of our organization, and their obligation of everybody who is working in our organization. So we are structuring all of these proposed core actions that we should carry out during the incident management practice development and operational activities. And once they're structured in each one of them, which is basically the way how we're building the service value chain, this is the operational model that we use when we want to implement the service management practice within our organization. And after that, we are doing the second exercise. This is how to develop a value stream. A value stream is a specific set of activities that we normally perform in order to achieve some target. And of course, to deliver some value to our stakeholders. And we are taking, based on the purpose of this value stream, which in this particular case, this is, by the way, an example that we did in one of our previous trainings. This is a value stream for incident post-implementation review. And the value stream is combining this activity for a specific purpose. Each value stream should have a specific purpose, of course. And we are combining from these categorized types of activities. We are trying to take them like from a toolbox, these already defined activities, combine them with this logical sequence to realize this value stream. Basically, when we want to achieve an incident post-implementation review, the first thing is to analyze what is already delivered by our service level agreements, to get a customer feedback, to define, assess what we already have at place, to define, assess the impact, to request additional information is not necessary. And based on this feedback, if we decide that we have to improve our SLAs, this is one of the actions that we should implement. And the last steps could be the review and the implementation playbooks. So more or less, this is one of the exercises that we are performing to understand the concepts of service value chain, the value stream, and the third concept is how the different practices they interact with all that, because for each one of these steps that are described in the value stream, we could use one or more practice to realize. For example, for gathering customer feedback, we could use the service desk to do that. We could use the service level management to request this information from different customer accounts. We could do that through the incident management and all other relevant practices that we have at place and we could use to perform this action. The other tool that I'm using, it is named Kahoot. And the purpose of it is to create a gamified environment where we could, and we are checking the knowledge gathered so far by the participants in the training. And most of the time it's done at the end of the training, in the part of this training delivered, for example, at 4 hours or at 8 hours. And it's gamified, which means that the people, they're gathering points based on their provided answer of these questions. And this is done for a specific amount of time. You can see that each one of these questions is for 60 seconds defined. It has different answers. In this particular case, we have 3 correct ones. And the participants, they're competing each other because this is more or less competition between each one of them. Who will be the first one at the top of the leaderboard, that is after completing this quiz is visualized with the top gathered points participants. And we are doing that at each day. I'm gathering all of the points. I'm making the leaderboards at the beginning of the next day or the beginning of the next training part delivery. And this is more or less increasing their engagement, not just performing the questions, providing the answer, but competing with other guys. And this motivates them to learn more in the next part and the next day of the trainings. It's very helpful. And the participants, they like it a lot because it's very dynamic, it's very entertaining, and it brings some competence in the education, which I like a lot and the participants like a lot, and increase their engagement in the participation of the training delivery.
Thank you. I have been watching your classes, and it is always funny and engaging time. From your personal point of view, why should our Georgian students apply for this course? What will be the core benefits for them?
Yeah, there are definitely different type of benefits. I will try to structure them first based on the professional experience and from professional perspectives. The first one, of course, they will gain knowledge that is worldwide acknowledged and is required worldwide by different companies. So this means that they will become competent in the worldwide market by gaining this additional knowledge, and they could use it despite in which country or despite in which company they are working. Of course, this includes different sub-additional benefits like learning how to apply the different IT service or service management tools, techniques, concepts, how to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of their daily work or the efficiency or effectiveness of their companies, how to take new ideas back to their workplace or back to their future workplace and use this best practice to help them to carry out their daily obligations to the companies. Learn how to communicate more effectively, because as I already said, that ITIL provides a common language that is used on a worldwide level. By understanding this core information and these core definitions, they are able to communicate in the same language with the professionals from other countries or the professionals from other companies. And of course, as a result of all that, they will become a part of international community, because this is a community by professionals from different areas, which by speaking the same language and understanding the same technology and the same methodology, they're able easily to exchange information, exchange know-how, get more insights from other people who are working in the same area in other companies, and learn more as a result of that. And of course, by gaining this expertise, they will be recognized as knowledgeable professionals, and this will attract them to the worldwide market and to the worldwide companies that are need and require such certification, as I said, as a minimum competence when they would like you to become their employee or your company to offer you as an external consultant to start working in that company. Of course, they will gain different confidence about the best practices, how to implement them, what is their understanding, what are their benefits, how to use them. And all of that combining, I think it will be good for them to become a very knowledgeable professionals and execute their daily work for different companies, despite of the location, despite of the scope of the company and the area of the company, because ITIL is used not only, some people think that only IT company use it, but it's used by different type of companies like telecommunication companies, utility companies, and in government institution too. So this is something that they will use as a knowledge or as a language in different companies, different countries, and will make them a very proficient and very professional expert in the field, and as a resource that most of the company would like to hire them and utilize them, of course.
And, what kind of certificate will be applied to our students? What will be the exam at the end of the course?
I think that they will get the ITIL Foundation course participation certificate, which acknowledge that they already gained this fundamental knowledge, which is important for the companies that would like to hire them and work with them, that they already passed and they have this the foundation of these common understandings about what service management is, how to implement the core concepts and the different methodologies and frameworks and techniques that are part of it.
Can you tell a bit more about the exam ITIL Foundation? Are there multiple choice questions, cases, or something else?
Yes, the exam. It is 40 questions. As a non-English speaking people, they will have 75 minutes. There will be a multiple choices question, or it always will be 4 possible answers. And of course, only one of them will be the correct one. The idea of the foundation is that the questions, it will be very easy to identify which one is the correct one. I mean that, for example, in the intermediate exams for the intermediate levels of ITIL certification, there is not such a strict differentiation between the exact answer and not the exact one. And there are some answers that could be the correct one, the other ones that could be less correct ones. And that's why they're giving a different type of points. But in the foundation exam, there will be only one correct answer, which will be easily identified as such one. And they will have to mark only this one.
In your opinion, how will the ITIL certification help our students in their professional career?
Yes, this is exactly what I already said, that this will grant them this minimum competence, and they will be recognized as people who already have this minimal competence about the service management, about how the organizations work on that level. If they want to grow as service management consultants or as service management technicians, and be able to implement platforms like ServiceNow or Remedy or anything else. And this defines that they already have this minimum knowledge that is important and required by them in order to start fulfilling these roles. So this is something that definitely shows and presents that they already did something on that direction, that they already have some fundamental knowledge, and they could be a valuable resource for each company in that area.
What job positions will be suitable for specialists that just completed our course?
Yeah, they could be in a different areas. One general domain could be a different service management professionals, like process managers. These are the people who are basically implementing and managing the processes within some organization. And this means that they are managing the way how the process is carried out on a daily basis. Does it follow the guidelines and the process requirements and process structure and everything else? The other domain, which is very well paid, is about the service management technicians. These are people who are implementing technical solutions, realizing these ITIL processes within the organization. and they're using platforms like BNC Remedy or ServiceNow. They could be IT managers too, because ITIL and the service management that's developed on ITIL is basically the way how the IT departments or IT organization should work and behave. And that's why this is a very fundamental knowledge that they should possess in order to be successful managers or leaders within their organizations. Mm-hmm. And of course, business analysts, because some part of ITIL, they explain the way how they should work, how they could work, of course, what should be the interaction with the business, how they could contribute to the delivery of value to our customers. And least but not to us, this could be the business representatives, because they should know this common language, this way how the IT organization works, in order to require from them the different products or solutions that they could implement, and they should possess this knowledge in order this communication to be straightforward, to be successful, and they to be able to be understandable for these IT people, what they want for them to realize. So I would say it covers a lot of different ranges of professionals, not only in the IT field, but in the business oriented or the service oriented fields. So I found it this certification and the knowledge that it's delivered to it very useful for these different domains and for each one of us, who wants to develop himself further in not only in the IT area, but in the general management area too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is, we see that ITIL is fundamental and universal set of knowledge that can be discovered in various companies. Can you share your story? When you are in beginning of your career, how learning and certification influenced you?
Yes, as I already said, my career in the field of IT service management started 2006 when I started to learn and to implement IT service management system like BMC Remedy. But because this system, it realized the processes within the IT department, I had to learn what are these processes for, what they represent, in order to understand why I should implement the technology that is built upon them. That's why I had to pass my first ITIL version 2 foundation. It was at the end of 2006 to get this knowledge and to help me understand why this technology was built and why I should implement it, how I should implement this technology in order to realize these processes. Otherwise, it will not be possible for me to do that.
And, what would you recommend to all of our students? What they should do in order to be successfully certified?
Yeah, first, definitely we'll have to do this training, because the idea of this training is not to learn, but to explain and to understand what should be learned. And this is very important, because you cannot learn something if you don't understand what stays behind it. What is the meaning of this thing that you would like to learn? What is the purpose and why you should learn? This is exactly the purpose that we put in this training, and its delivery is organized around it. So first, they should pass the training, understand why service management, why it's important, what are the important components of it, why we have it at the end of the day. And after that, they should go and read 1 or 2 times the materials to clarify this understanding, to put it in the frame of the different definitions that they should understand and know better. And the third step could be to train themselves with the different example questions. And I'm giving them different proposals from where they could obtain such examples and how to use them, because before to go to the exam, you have to put your mindset in the same frequency as the exam is done, and this is done in the question and answer way. And you have to train your brain a little bit more to adapt your already gained and understood knowledge in this structured way and be able to be successful while passing and doing the exam at the end of the day.
And which can be the next step for students after they finish this course?
Yeah, the next step could be to go in the different groups in the social media or the professional groups, go to the different blogs that are related to this methodology, to read more examples, how it's implemented in different companies. For example, in Axelos, they have a very good blog where they're sharing different examples, how the companies implement, what they improve, in order to gain more knowledge from the practice, from other experts around the world, how the things are done, and to extend their already receiving fundamental knowledge through this exam. Start to read more books. There are already published books around about ITIL, about IT service management, to be able to extend their already received knowledge about the fundamentals part that about service management that are part of this course.
Thank you very much, Plamen, for taking time to join us today and share your vision and experience with our students.
Yeah, it was my pleasure to.
We hope that today's interview will help our audience to make better decision whether this course is suitable for them or not. And see you again in February when our trainings will start. Dear students, don't forget to apply for desired courses before December 30. See you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Hope to see you soon.
Bye-bye.